Right now, as you watch this video, artificial intelligence is quietly cataloging your behavior. It knows what you clicked, how long you paused, even the subtle movements of your cursor. This isn't science fiction. This is your reality. In 2025, every day, we surrender fragments of our digital souls to algorithms that never sleep, never forget, and never stop watching. But what happens when these digital breadcrumbs become chains that bind our freedom? Imagine walking into a store where cameras don't just see you, they recognize your face, predict your purchases, and adjust prices based on your perceived wealth. This technology exists today, powered by AI systems that make thousands of micro-decisions about your life before you've even chosen what to buy. The surveillance apparatus we've built isn't just watching us, it's learning from us, adapting to us, and ultimately shaping us in ways we're only beginning to understand. Every search query, every social media like, every GPS coordinate creates a digital fingerprint so detailed that it often knows us better than we know ourselves. Consider Sarah, a marketing executive from Chicago. She noticed her insurance premiums mysteriously increased after posting photos from a weekend hiking trip. Unknown to her, AI algorithms analyzing her social media data flagged her outdoor activities as higher-risk behavior. Her digital footprint had literally cost her money, and she didn't even know it was being tracked. This represents a fundamental shift in how power operates in our society. Traditional surveillance required human watchers, physical presence, and significant resources. AI surveillance operates at the speed of light, processes millions of data points simultaneously, and costs almost nothing to scale globally. The mechanics of this digital panopticon are both sophisticated and invisible. Machine learning algorithms continuously analyze patterns in our behavior, creating what researchers call behavioral fingerprints. These fingerprints are often more accurate than traditional identification methods. Your typing rhythm, the way you hold your phone, even your walking gait can identify you with startling precision. Smart cities represent the next frontier of AI surveillance. In cities across China, Europe, and increasingly in North America, networks of intelligent cameras track citizens from the moment they leave home until they return. These systems don't just record, they analyze, predict, and influence behavior in real time. The social credit system pioneered in China offers a glimpse into a future where AI surveillance directly impacts life opportunities. Citizens receive scores based on their behavior, tracked through millions of sensors and cameras. Low scores can prevent you from buying plane tickets, getting loans, or even enrolling your children in better schools. While Western democracies haven't implemented such explicit systems, the infrastructure and technology already exist. But surveillance extends far beyond cameras and facial recognition. Your smartphone generates approximately 2.5 gigabytes of data every day. AI algorithms process this information to create detailed profiles of your habits, relationships, political views, health conditions, and financial status. This data isn't just stored, it's analyzed, packaged, and sold to thousands of companies you've never heard of. The emotional manipulation capabilities of AI surveillance are perhaps most concerning. Algorithms can detect your mood, stress levels, and vulnerability through subtle changes in your digital behavior. Companies use this information to target you with ads precisely when you're most susceptible to making impulsive decisions. Dating apps represent a particularly intimate form of AI surveillance. These platforms don't just match you with potential partners. They study your rejection patterns, analyze your conversation styles, and build psychological profiles that predict your romantic behavior. Some apps even track how long you look at specific photos and what types of faces make you pause. The workplace hasn't escaped this digital dragnet. Employee monitoring software powered by AI can track keystrokes, analyze email content for sentiment, monitor productivity levels, and even predict which workers might quit. Some systems use computer cameras to track eye movements and facial expressions, creating detailed reports on employee engagement and emotional states. Medical AI surveillance adds another layer of complexity. Wearable devices continuously monitor our physical condition, while AI algorithms analyze this data for patterns that might indicate illness, mental health issues, or lifestyle choices. Insurance companies increasingly want access to this information, potentially creating a future where your fitness tracker determines your coverage rates. The financial sector has embraced AI surveillance with particular enthusiasm. Banks use machine learning algorithms to analyze spending patterns, social media activity, and even location data to make lending decisions. Your likelihood of getting a mortgage might depend on whether you shop at discount stores or premium retailers. Information gathered without your explicit knowledge. Perhaps most troubling is how AI surveillance creates feedback loops that can trap individuals in cycles of discrimination. If algorithms determine you're a higher-risk individual based on your digital footprint, you might face higher insurance rates, fewer job opportunities, and limited access to credit. These decisions then influence your behavior and circumstances, potentially creating the very problems the algorithms predicted. The privacy paradox complicates our response to these challenges. We value privacy in theory, but continuously trade personal information for convenience, entertainment, and connection. Free social media platforms, personalized recommendation, and targeted advertising all depend on extensive data collection and AI analysis. Children growing up today have never known privacy. From birth, their parents document their lives online. Smart toys record their conversations. Educational platforms track their learning patterns. By adolescence, AI systems know more about these children's preferences, abilities, and potential than many parents do. The legal frameworks governing AI surveillance lag far behind technological capabilities. Laws written for an analog world struggle to address digital realities where data can be copied infinitely, analyzed instantly, and combined in ways that reveal intimate details about our lives. Even when regulations exist, enforcement remains challenging across global digital platforms. Corporate concentration amplifies these concerns. A handful of technology giants control vast amounts of personal data and the AI systems that analyze it. These companies operate with minimal oversight, making decisions that affect billions of lives based on proprietary algorithms that even their own engineers don't fully understand. The psychological effects of living under constant AI surveillance are only beginning to be understood. Research suggests that awareness of being monitored changes behavior in subtle but significant ways. People become more conformist, less creative, and more anxious when they know their actions are being recorded and analyzed. Yet resistance is possible. Privacy-focused technologies are emerging that use encryption, decentralization, and other techniques to protect personal information. Some cities and countries are implementing strict regulations on AI surveillance systems. Individuals are learning to minimize their digital footprints through careful technology choices and behavior modifications. The future remains unwritten. We can choose to sleepwalk into a surveillance society where AI systems monitor, analyze, and control every aspect of human behavior. Or we can demand transparency, accountability, and meaningful consent in how these technologies are developed and deployed. This choice requires understanding the true scope of AI surveillance, its implications for human freedom and dignity, and the concrete steps we can take to protect ourselves and our communities. The technology itself isn't inherently evil. The question is who controls it and how it's used. The price of digital convenience may be our privacy, but it doesn't have to be our freedom. By staying informed, demanding accountability, and making conscious choices about our digital lives. We can harness the benefits of AI while preserving the human values that make life worth living. The surveillance economy depends on our passive acceptance of its terms. But awareness is the first step toward agency. When we understand how these systems work, we can begin to work back. Your digital footprint tells a story. But you still have the power to influence how that story is written, who gets to read it, and what they're allowed to do with it. The question isn't whether AI will continue to evolve, it's whether we'll evolve with it on our own terms. Don't let this conversation end here. Like and subscribe to KB Bluetree for more insightful content that explores the intersection of technology and human freedom. Share this video with others who need to understand these critical issues. Together, we can ensure that our digital future serves humanity rather than enslaving it. The choice is yours. What kind of digital world do you want to live in?